Hello and welcome to another episode of Kuma's Kitchen. And what do I have today? Well, I call these grilled cheese and barbecue pork banh mi sandwiches. Now, it's not really actually grilled, more like melted cheese, but grilled cheese sounds better. But it is. I mean, put them under the broiler for a bit and all. Drippy, drippy. Yeah, they are full of lots of juiciness, so you may not want to eat these over the living room carpet, but oh yeah, there's layers of flavor there. You got the pickled vegetables, you got the roast pork, barbecue pork, got some Gouda cheese kind of melted into there. And then we've got the special sauce we made up to spread on here too. So absolutely fantastic. Let's go in the kitchen and make these right now. The first thing we got to do when we're making a banh mi is we need to marinate the vegetables. So what I've got here, well, across the front, I've got 1 tablespoon of vinegar, 1 tablespoon of my favorite light brown sugar, the unrefined cane sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, and 1 clove of garlic crushed. Across the back, the vegetables, daikon, or the big Japanese radishes, and carrots. Again, big Japanese carrot. But I've measured them this time because they're all different sizes. So each of these is grated and then measured about 3/4 of a cup. So I've grated about 3/4 of a cup, roughly. It doesn't have to be exact, but you want to pack it down into the cup so you're getting a good measurement. So 3/4 of a cup each of carrot and daikon, grated carrot and daikon. What we're going to do first is take a bowl and mix up the marinade, which is the vinegar, the sugar, the salt, and the garlic. All right, that all together. Just quickly whisk that together. And then, to one side, just throw the daikon and the carrot in there. In goes the daikon, in goes the carrot. And all I'm going to do now is mix that around until everything's coated and get a chance to marinate. So just kind of tossing it around like this until you feel that you've distributed. First of all, you're going to mix up the carrot and the daikon together, and also make sure everything gets a little bit of that marinade on it. All right, it's smelling good. Okay, so you see a little bit of liquid still sitting in the water, and you just got to keep turning this until it's all been soaked up by the vegetables. And what I'm going to do now is cover this and chill it. At least an hour. Well, 30 minutes if you're in a rush, it's okay too. Just chill it for a while. I like about an hour or so though. Gives it a bit more flavors getting in there and all. You could do this in the morning before you go to work. And then you could be sitting there marinating all day. That's fine too. All right. Okay. That's off. Cover it into the refrigerator. I'll see you back here when we put the banh mi together. All right. So we've got our ingredients here. The vegetables have been marinating, ready to go. Then we got some other ingredients here for making our banh mi sandwich. So, of course, the baguette. And I'll split that in half lengthwise. We're going to pile everything on there and then assemble it. The spread that we're making, I've got 1/3 of a cup of mayonnaise and 1.5 tablespoons of Sriracha. The hot spicy sauce. That's going to get mixed into that mayonnaise. Over here, I've got 12 ounces or 340 grams of barbecued pork. This is stuff I get from my local store down the road. Beautiful, look at that. If you can't get something like that, ham or whatever would be good too. But try to get that barbecue pork. That is looking really good. And it's sliced about 1/8 of an inch or 2-3 millimeters thick. Then, well, This is something we don't usually have on a banh mi. I don't think they put this on it, but you know me and cheese, so we're putting that on mine. This is 7 ounces or 200 grams of Gouda cheese grated. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is just kind of put that to one side for a minute because we're going to make the spread. And all I'm going to do is just mix that Sriracha right into the mayonnaise. I'll get that into there. And then just start mixing it in until we're going to end up with a kind of a pink spread. All right, that's looking pretty good. Put that up. Yeah, I have to give it a lick though. Oh yeah, love Sriracha. All right, so what we do now is we're just gonna spread this. We're gonna be quite generous. I mean, we got a lot of it, so be quite generous. Let it soak into the bread a bit. Yeah, this makes a huge flavor profile in there, and gives it some nice juiciness too. Yes, we all love mayonnaise, don't we? Or at least Kewpie mayo. All right, so I got about half spread on that bottom piece. Now we're gonna start with the top here. Good amount. Oh, that's good stuff. All right, now once we get that spread on there, ooh, what happened there? Messy. All right, I didn't bring a fork out here, so I'm just going to use this. So what I'm just going to do is start piling the vegetable on here. Just spread it along. All right, that is looking good. And a couple pieces went overboard. But now we'll get the meat on there. So we'll start this end because I don't know if I need it all, and if not, I want to eat those 2 pieces. All right, next gonna go there. Those are actually made to fit on it. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, that looks like it'll be about right. Through there. There. Oh yes. Then we're gonna do the same on the other side over here. So actually we could probably go one more on here because 11. Kevin, math. Yeah. We're gonna put 6 on here and 5 on the top. Well, that's a nice thick piece there. Let's put it that way. All right. And like that. Okay. And that means, yeah. So if your baguette's a little bit bigger, you're putting up use these pieces too. But if not, chef's treat. You get to Montoro knows. All right, good. Oh, that's beautiful stuff. All right. Now, the Gouda. I'll pile that on here. I'll try to keep it into the center because, oops, we're gonna throw this in the oven for just a minute, just to kind of melt it a bit. Then I don't want to drip it all off all over the place. So if I keep it more in the center, it's gonna stay nicely there. That's the plan, anyways. All right, somehow we got all the cheese. Most of the cheese on there was not falling all over the counter. That's the pickings that I get to snack on afterwards while this is in the oven. All right, yeah, this is going in the oven for just a minute. I'm gonna put that one right to that side so it doesn't fall over. And that one in the middle here, I'll put it up beside there to hold that one from slipping over. There we go, perfect. And a little bit more of that cheese on there. All right, that's gonna go in the oven just quickly. Just long enough to melt the cheese. So put it under the broiler, melt that cheese a bit. That'll hold everything together nicely. And then it's ready to be eaten. All right, into the oven it goes. All right, there we go. So that was about 7 minutes under my grill. It really depends what your broiler's like. But all you want is just like that. It's basically melted, but not too much. That's just right. So I'm gonna put this to one side here. And let's bring the base out onto our cutting board here. And then very carefully, oh, I see where, hang on, I need my other tool for that. That'll work better. I see where some cheese went overboard here, so we're just gonna bring that back up again. It's the only problem with that top piece. You could have cut it a little flat underneath, but it doesn't look as nice. Not that it looks as nice when you got cheese dripping everywhere, but, well, actually, cheese dripping everywhere does look nice. And that little bit that's left there, well, I'm gonna eat that. All right, so what I'll do now is just carefully flip that into place on top and then squish it. Just down like that. Yeah. Perfect. Huh. And you know, just look at this cheese here. That. You want to just kind of twirl that up like that. Then you know what you're gonna do? Oh yeah, because that tastes absolutely fantastic. All right. Next thing we're gonna do, well, we're gonna make this edible. We got 2 people eating this, so we're gonna cut it right about there. Once you break through that crust, it cuts nicely. There we go. All right, look at that. Yeah, layers. You've got the vegetables, you've got the meat, the cheese. That's gonna be a good dinner tonight. All right, if you like this recipe, you know what to do. Stick around. Check out other original Kevin Riley recipes here on Kuma's Kitchen, the kind of stuff I muck around with and weird ideas I come up with. You just never know what you're gonna find. Also, if you like this, make sure you give it a like, share it with your friends, and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.